Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, our bag is looking good. I am so happy of how this bag turned out. Honestly, I was not expecting it, but black is what fits this bag, honestly. So guys, this is the part 2 of this tutorial. If you've not watched the part 1, which is the pattern drafting, I would advise you pause this video and click in the description box where I have dropped the link, of course, so that you go and watch the pattern drafting and you come back and watch this tutorial and see how I put together this amazing guitar bag. So guys, I am going to be using a two-face leather. So this two-face leather makes it easy for me to just use either faces I want. So the leather, as you can see, I'm using is a black, and this peach color, is it peach or brown? So guys, like I've said already, I have already put the link to the pattern drafting in the description box, so you could just go there and watch it. So having said that, let's just go straight into making of this bag. So this part, I did not show it in the part 1. This is the handle. It is a 15 inches by 4 inches in two places. Then I removed half inches from one side, so that's from one side from the two of them. So that part that I remove half inches is the part that I am going to be joining together. That is going to be the part that is going to be in the middle, while the part that has exactly 4 inches is going to be the part that is going to be on the body. So I am just going to go ahead and attach my zipper this way, since I want the bag to be black. So I'm attaching it to the peach side. I've already attached my two zipper. Then the next thing I'll go ahead and do is to make a notch so that I'll get the middle, so that when I am stitching it will be easy for me. So this bag, I'm going to be doing it one after the other. The first part I'm going to be working in is the inner, then I'll work on the back, then I'll attach the back to the inner, then I'll go ahead and work on the front. So I'm going to make a notch on the inner. I'm going to choose one side, either the top or the bottom, but I choose the top so that there will not be any mistake. So I would advise you do so as well. So after I choose the top, I'm just going to go ahead and stitch right side facing right side. So it's going to be the black side facing the black side. So I'm going to show you guys how I stitch it on the sewing machine.
Can I be your star tonight? You fill my soul with light the day we met. I don't wanna leave your side, no.
Please guys, take your time while stitching, and please make sure you don't draw any edge. Just look and see how I stitch it. So you stitch yours like that, so that your dimensions will not be longer than the other.
Have me by your side when the sun sets. I hope you still want me. I hope you still need me a million years.
As you can see, I have stitched it, and that is after stitching, that is when I'm going to join the edge. You know, we added 2 inches, so at the end of the day I end up removing 1 inches. Then after stitch like this, then I'll just go ahead and top stitch. I'll cut off one side so that it will not be too bulky. I will top stitch, then I'll just sew it to close that open part. So what I did on this first part, I'm going to go ahead and do it on the second part. Please make sure you are sewing it the way I am sewing it, so that your zipper will not move, or you will not have any wrong side. Make sure you sew from one middle to the bottom, then from the other middle to the bottom.
From now, the seasons are changing, the nights ever fading. It's time we left the
So guys, after stitching, this is what we have. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that aside because that is basically everything about the mid panel. So this is the back. So I'm just measuring like 4 inches from the top. So this I have 3 d-rings here, and this is like a strap. The d-rings are like 1 inches d-rings. So I just want to make just get the actual fabric that will be enough to go on the d-rings. Then I will just sew it. Please, at this point, if you know you cannot just use your free hand like to just guess where you want it to be, I would advise you make markings, because I too had to make markings. Let me not lie. I too had to make markings so that I will not make mistake, because you know the bag is at the bottom it is all round shape. So if you do not make markings, honestly, you end up sewing and realizing that the thing bend. Make I speak broken for una. So you make markings. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is to draw lines. I'm going to draw 4 lines, 4 on each side. So just this is me looking for my pencil. So I'm going to draw 4 lines, 4 on each side on the handle. I'm going to draw it all the way to that 4 inches. The first one is going to be on the extreme end, and the remaining 3 are just going to follow each other. I'm just going to make sure I draw it in such a way that this d-ring that I want to put in the middle will have its own space. Then I'll go ahead to the sewing machine and stitch four lines on both sides, then stitch the d-rings that is going to be at the bottom of the bag. So I'm going to use this other panel to serve as a guide to this other handle. Then I'll just draw the lines, then I'll go ahead and stitch as well. So after I stitch, the next thing is to join the back handle to the front handle. So I went ahead and joined the 2 handles together. Like I said, I am joining it from 3.5 inches side, and I've top stitched it. So I am going to sew it, but please make your markings if you know you are going to make mistake, because I sew it at first and it came out bent. I had to lose it and make my markings. But before I sew it on the back of the bag, I am going to make a straight stitch. You see the straight stitch that I made at the side? You know, I made 4 lines, right? So 3 lines, I sew 3 lines short, 3 lines on both sides short, then the remaining last line I sew it long all the way to the other side. So after I make my markings, I went ahead and stitch, and that is basically everything about the back panel. So I just went ahead to stitch it on the middle panel. So I'm going to go to my sewing machine now. I'm going to show you how I stitch it, so that if you want to stitch your own, you would know how to go about it. So I started from this curve side here so that I will not make any mistake. So I started from this curve side here, then I will stitch it all round. Please make sure you are being careful while stitching it. Thank you guys for tuning into the channel once again. If you are a returning subscriber, please, thank you for always coming back. And if you are enjoying this video, please give me a thumbs up and also say something nice in the comment section below. And if you are just tuning into the channel for the very first time, please click on the subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post in new video, because on this channel we have many more amazing tutorials coming up on this channel, and I promise you wouldn't want to miss it. So this is just me trying to make sure I am stitching it well. If you so you really don't want to make mistake at this point, honestly. So make sure you stitch it round, and when you're done stitching, you could cut off any excesses, no problem. There might be excesses, because, and that's why I'm trying as much as possible to sew it two ways so that there will not be any excesses. So after stitching, this is what we have. As you can see, our bag is already coming together and it's so beautiful. So the next thing we are going to go ahead and start doing is to start working on the front panel.
Let's leave for an eternity. We'll sail across the light beyond the sky.
So for the front panel, we'll start by sewing the uh the the bright color to the black of the sofa note. So please make sure you trace it as close to the edge as possible. So after you stitch, this is what we have. I am just trying to trim off the excesses while stitching so that the shape will come out beautiful, and I am going to cut out this excess from the back so that it will not be bulky when I want to sew this front to the back. So just watch me and see how I am just tracing it. Please, I'm trying to cut it as close to the edge as possible, but also not cutting my stitches. I just hope you understand what I mean. I'm cutting it as close to the edge as possible, yes, but I am not cutting on my stitches. So after cutting, this is what it looks like. The next thing go ahead and do is to start working on the string that is going to be in the front of the bag.
Be with you eternally. I'm an addict for your love.
So using the handle as a guide, I am just going to put the handle. So this place, I did a lot of markings before I started sewing because I don't want to go and stitch and make a mistake. If you notice, the first line I drew was kind of slanty, so I decided to just take my time and draw that line. So please, when you are drawing your line, make sure you are giving like half inches allowance from the sofa note, from that sofa note, and the handle. Make sure the distance is half inches. Make sure it's half inches. So I decided to just, it's not necessary. It's just trimming. It's just trimming. So make sure you're giving half inches from the sofa note to the handle. So after I have got the length I need. So these pieces that you are seeing is a 3.5 inches wide pieces, and the other one is a 3 inches pieces by 3.5 inches. As you can see, I just curve it. I have not sewn it to the way you are seeing it like this. I'm just drawing lines to make sure that okay, what I am stitching is right. So it's a 2.5 inches by 3 inches. Then the bottom is 1 inches. Then that one too is a 2.5 inches thing. So I will just drop it. I'll just keep it. So I'm just going to, the last line here is the line I am tracing on. I just hope you're seeing what I'm doing. The last line is the line I'm tracing on. So I'm going to use my ruler to just draw those lines. I am drawing 4 string. So I'm starting from the last line from the handle. Then I'm going to draw 2 more in the middle. Then draw this other last line. So just keep watching and seeing how I am, what I am talking about. So I've already drawn my lines to, so that I will not make any mistake when I'm stitching. So you to make sure you arrange it nicely, draw your lines and make sure the lines are clear and are okay for you, so that when you are stitching, you just stitch on the lines that you have drawn already.
Love, it keeps me high, keeps me high.
So guys, after I've drawn all my lines, I am going to make a straight stitch on these panels that I have already before I now attach it to the front of the bag. So I'm just going to go and sew it round. That one that I'm touching now is what I'm going to sew round. Then this one half inches on that is in the middle, I am still going to sew it round. Then I'll now make the straight stitch on the body of the back. So just keep watching and seeing and see what I'm doing so that you understand. Please take your time. Take your time. It is very, very essential. You don't want to make mistake at this point. So please take your time. Sorry. If you're still watching, thank you for watching. Please say something nice in the comment section and give me a thumbs up. How about now? Even me, I know say I try. Even me, I know say I try. Please share this channel to your family and friends because on this channel we have many more amazing tutorials to show you guys. So guys, after I've made sure I've arranged it properly, this is what it looks like after stitching, and that is basically everything about our tutorial. So guys, I went ahead and sewed this long strap off camera, but in case you don't know the measurements for this long strap, it is a 45 inches strap that I folded like a bias and I stitch it. I put a adjuster and a chain holder on both ends. So I'll repeat the same thing I did on the back for the front, cut off any excesses, and that is basically everything about our tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. I love you. Bye.